Impression of an Indian man looking for goats in the red light district. Oh, bloody hell, you know. How much for yodeling? Oh, just 2 carrots. Okay, you fucking cheap whore. Oh, you wore that shirt yesterday? Yeah, I did. Only for a few hours while I was streaming, and I took it off. I'm a very nude person. I said this before in chat and everyone got really like weird about it. But whenever it was like summer, when I was a kid, I was like permanently in my underwear. Around the house. And in the garden. You know? But everyone like fucking calls me out for that kind of shit. But when I was a kid, me and my brother were like underwear kids, basically. Around your family, yeah. Dude, there used to be moments where like someone would visit and knock on the door and I'd like sprint to my room like, don't answer it yet! Because I had to go get like dressed. But other than that, I wouldn't get dressed. You know? He deleted it on everything. Alright, I believe you. I believe that you would have said something, but I don't know why he deleted it. You freeballing? No, not freeballing, just in underwear. Underwear only. Tell the itchy bum story for the new people. Pantoja is a cannibal. He dogged everyone there. He did. He's a real problem. Sarukian impression after he gets called out and Joe Rogan gets Paddy in the cage. Yes, I want to have a fight with some person. He named Arman. He has back problems and he's from Armenia and he just beat Charles Oliveira. You're talking about Paddy Pimblett. Get Paddy in here, folks. Yes, I'm looking for a matchup against a guy, his surname Hooker, some hooker guy. This fucking hooker in the crowd from New Zealand thinks he's all tough. He's a fucking hooker. Get him up here. You're talking about Paddy Pimblett? Get him in here, folks. Fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Thank you for the 14 Czar. Impression of John Jones and Tabit talking in bed. So, they're still being mean on Twitter and some shit like that. McGrillen or Loughran, if that happens, McGrillen would probably chin him. Remember when Dana said the doctors told him he only has 10 years left to live a couple of years ago? True. They never mentioned it again. He said if he continues on the lifestyle he had, he would have 10 years, but then they told him to change his whole diet and he added a lot of time to his lifespan. He's old. Dana's old, so I do believe him. Greatest career move, turning down Jesse on Fire? I don't think it would have been forever anyway. Impression of Kayla Harrison. Thanks, no problem. Do you know how mainstream you've become? You clip channels get crazy views consistently and you get at least 20k views per pay-per-view. Fat Guru's a fan channel of yours who gets crazy engagement. He does the reactions to the fights, doesn't he? Yeah, I get big views. I get a lot on TikTok now apparently as well. Loads. People always send me ones that go viral. So, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't care. I don't care at all. It's actually quite scary. Sometimes, chat, do you ever see these comments? I'll see a post of mine, and it'll be me reading the impression of Conor McGregor wearing a monkey outfit and scaring Chandler's kids at Halloween, and then saying, look, Chandler, I'm your son, or something like that. It'll be some joke like that I read out and didn't do an impression of. And the comments will be like things like, dude, Guru needs to be careful or he's going to get cancelled, lol. I look at that and I wince because of how, like, there's so much worse. You know? I do get worried about a new audience discovering me. Do you think Laura Sanko is better than Bisping at commentary? She seems to not be taken seriously after watching the Strickland plus UFC panel interviews. Yeah, she's not taken seriously. Thank you for the $5. Laura Sanko's just used on the weigh-in show for the fucking producers and the owners of the UFC to, like, ridicule what it is to have, like, a husband and wife dynamic with any of the fighters. I know a lot of Burmese people. The stench is... Alright, thank you for the $2. You know what, chat? I'd let Jones... Alright, thank you for the $2 Australian dollars. I do concrete and my foreman got our apprentice drunk today after work. We're producing alcoholics in real time. Thoughts? Yeah, you're a labourer though. You're supposed to be an alcoholic and smoke cigarettes. Like, if you're focusing on making sure to live a really healthy lifestyle and not have any other kind of problem with, like, drinking or gambling or partying or, doing this or that while you're a laborer. You've got your priorities all wrong. All of your addictions and problems are to figure out once you find your way out of the rat race. Until then, your addictions can merely get you through the fucking rat race a little bit better. So it's probably good that they're alcoholics. And they should drink a little bit. Or they'll just fucking end their life being a sober fucking concrete mixer. Let's be real, dude. Trying to go... I mean, I'm sober because I can work from home and do this for a living. But trying to do that shit while being a fucking bricklayer, I'd fucking... Yeah, I mean, that would be fucking pointless. That'd be such a dreaded life. Save Ben Askren or have Ilia versus Islam at MSG. I'm sorry, Ben. We've got to have Ilia versus Islam Makhachev. Jones can finish 1,000 men faster than Bonnie Blue. He can. And he's done it before. He's the one who inspired her. She said so in an interview. Do a risky one of you as Captain Phillips. Okay, maybe. That could work, to be fair. Thank you for the $5. See what I mean? These are good ones. You could do George of the Jungle. All right, we get it. All right. Thank you for the 2 times. He did. But not really, though. He got hit a few times, and Chandler uses big, massive strength movements to get him down, but he didn't really get to any dominant position. Remember you carried the build up to UFC 305 so hard you nearly died? Yeah, Duplessis Adesanya, right? I wish I never nearly died for that. It became sort of a part of the story, but dude, I could have caused such a fucking bunch of noise on that fight week if I was healthy for it. And even for the fight companion, I only could show up for the end of it. So bad. Hot take, Huffy butchers Ilia stylistically. Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. Mauricio Huffy nearly fucking lost to James Lontop. I don't care what fucking excuse you have. He has a wheel kick KO over Bobby Green. It's a really nice wheel kick. I can't say that he'll destroy Ilia as if I haven't seen him nearly fucking lose to James fucking Lontop. Okay? Ilia, on any circumstance, would flatline and absolutely destroy Lontop within a minute or 2. I'm sorry. Okay? That's just how it is. So let's chill out on the whole Huffy discussion until he's actually beat someone good and put some consistency together. Guy at my primary school was called Sonny. Confirmed by DJ, yeah. Do we forget that Ilia has a decent chin? He does. He's been tagged hard and shook it off during wars in the pocket. Same with Aspinall eating Sergey's punch. Yeah, good chins are underrated on some of these finishers, but they do have really good chins. Don't let DJ disrespect Pantoja, calling his stand-up clumsy and all of his wins against one-dimensional guys a bit of a ton. But yeah, a few of them. I noticed. Don't worry. I noticed, and I started sort of pushing back and mentioning otherwise. The guys seem one-dimensional, chat, because Pantoja's that good. Chat, yes or no, overall, Kai Kara France has good takedown defense? Would you say? I think he does. I think Kai Kara France has good takedown defense. I think Steve Ercek has really good grappling. He has good scrambles, good entries, and really good grappling. Good takedown defense, you know? But it's just that Pantoja still does it to him. That it makes you think, maybe not. But they actually all do have really good fundamentals. They're not like Joaquin Buckley against Usman when it's like, what? How are you getting taken down by that? You know what I mean? The takedowns are like impressive from Pantoja because he's still getting the takedown despite these guys doing correct things to escape them. You know? Oh, arrogant. I wouldn't say that's being a heel. He's not making fun of people's families, you know. W take, thoughts on publicly... I'm not doing that. Thank you for the 5. Impression of Paddy after he's jumping switch kicks. After he jumping switch kicks Ilia and teabags his lifeless body. Shouldn't happen, but it would genuinely be so funny. Hey, lad, hey. Keep moving the goalpost, lads. I'll keep fucking beating these guys, lad. Swear to God, lad. Everybody's fucking doubting me, lad, but I'll fucking keep on winning, lad. So, Paddy, how does it feel to jump knee KO Ilia Topuria in round 2? He had you there hurt for a moment, right? Yeah, lad, he had me wobbled, lad, at the end of the first round, and then he came out in the second looking for it, and I fucking caught him, lad. Straight on the chin, lad. I caught him, lad. I could see him, Joe, dipping forward, leaning his head into the shots. I thought I'd fucking throw a big fucking teep up the middle, lad, and wobble him, and catch him with the jump knee as he shot in to fucking escape. I'm telling you, Pimblett's winning that fight. Impression of Dana booking Matinho's next fight? Yeah, who we got for Matinho? Alejandro Topuria? Bring him up. Give him him. Do that. Impression of DJ asking Ariel for Ben Askren don't. Ilia is greater than Conor. He is. Also, are you going to keep up with all the NBA trades going on? Nah, I'm done with NBA, mate, until whatever the next thing starts. I don't care about trades and that. How does JDM versus Ilia go? JDM would roll with his punches, take them better than these other guys have, wouldn't go into the punches of Ilia. He would make Ilia try and reach him with his shots, and he would do a lot better taking them because of that. And then he would finish Ilia and out-jab him and finish him. Thank you for the 27 months of membership. Oh, the other Aptura, of course. You mean Topuria versus Wellmaker as in Alejandro Topuria. I think Alejandro Topuria mixing in the grappling could do better there. It's nothing now. He means nothing to me now. What does Ilia need to do from here to be the undeniable GOAT in your opinion? Defend his lightweight belt. Beat Makhachev when he moves back down to lightweight, and then take the welterweight belt as well. Other than that, if he rattles off, if he breaks the lightweight title defense record now, then he'll be the GOAT. But if that would require him, if he doesn't move to 170. Bro didn't wipe. Sad. I've seen more Oliveira edits though, where it's him slept and then it goes back in time to his run. Who wins the JDM Ilia leg kick battle? Because they're both good at chopping them when they commit. I think JDM, dude. I just think Ilia's too short to have like an impact on JDM. Like, I don't think he'll be able to punch through JDM's chin. I don't think he'll be able to really crush the body of JDM with a jab. I don't think he'll be able to really low kick JDM without it hurting Ilia more if it doesn't land just perfectly on the thigh. And if he wants to try and land it on the thigh, I don't know. I just think it's too much of a bone density discrepancy between the two of them. Like, JDM's just too big for him. JDM doesn't face real power yet. He will crumble, and I like him a lot. I would argue that Gilbert Burns hits harder than anyone Ilia has fought, bar maybe Oliveira, to be honest with you. So yeah, I would say so. That's not a bad take. So it's not like he's never felt power like it. Like, dude, JDM's fought heavier hitters than thingy. Like, Randy Brown hits harder than anyone Ilia has fought. What, you think that JDM's the one who hasn't faced power yet? Like, dude, Ilia has not faced anywhere near the level of hitters that JDM is taking on. He's fought better fighters, obviously, but not fucking people with shots in their hands like that. Emmett, but he didn't feel the power because Emmett can't fucking land it like a tard. People forget, man. MMA Guru was density maxing during the British National Taekwondo tournament. He's a marauder. I was fighting grown adults when I was a kid. It was horrible. It demoralized me. I hated it, but that's because I was a big kid. 205 Conor versus 317 Ilia. Striking only. Again, 317 Ilia. I think 317 Ilia. Conor's looked prettier, but Ilia's was more effective. Emmett hits harder than Oliveira. Okay, that's within Ilia's resume still. It's not comparing him to JDM, is it? Dude, Josh Emmett hits hard pound for pound, but let's not act like Yair weren't eating his shots like Tic Tacs. Come on. Volkanovski wobbled Yair more than Josh Emmett did. And Emmett did land on him. Emmett's KOs are good, but they're very hit and miss, to be honest with you. There's like a 50% chance he'll actually KO you. Is Ilia the only fighter to beat Islam? I don't see Islam losing again. I think if it's not Ilia, it's nobody. Yeah, Ilia can beat Makhachev, and I think JDM also beats him, though. That's my take. I think JDM also whoops Makhachev like a bitch. Rank Ilia's last 3 KOs. Not going to lie, chat. The Volkanovski one was the best. The Volkanovski one was the best because it wasn't based on Volkanovski's mistake as much. You know? I think the Volkanovski one was the best. The Holloway one was pretty weak in comparison as well. It was a lot messier. So I think Oliveira second and then Holloway last. But the Holloway one was most impressive because Holloway hadn't been KO'd before. But in terms of the KO exchange, it was the Volkanovski one by far. But everyone's shocked by the Holloway one because nobody had done it to Holloway before. Why don't you continue your martial arts? Because I can barely run my life without doing that, so I don't want to add a bunch of things to do and then not be able to do any of them. I'd rather be able to at least function my channel. If I disappear for half a week sometimes without videos now, what do you think I'd do if I start finding hobbies that I enjoy? Still think Max beats Ilia at 155? Not now. If he would have fought him there originally, then I maybe would understand the argument, but not now. Also, who do you have in a 317 Ilia versus UFC 229 Khabib? I think Khabib would be big enough to impose his will. No, little bro could barely take down McGregor for a round. Ilia has way better wrestling background and fundamentals than Conor McGregor, and yeah, McGregor took round 3 off Khabib as well, so I actually disagree. I think Ilia smokes any version of Khabib. Thank you for the €6. Can you say, hey, Bree, just so you know, Van is him. Hey, Bree, you name of an absolute cheese. Joshua Van is him, you fucking cheese human. Also, you're wrong. UFC 205 Conor is too versatile. Dude, if you watch back UFC 205 Conor McGregor, there are moments of excellence, but he does leave his chin up still and get cracked by Alvarez a few times and inside low kicked a few times. I mean, his strike, there will never be a prettier striking schooling than what McGregor did to Alvarez, but it's not about what looks cooler. It's about what delivers the more devastation. Ilia flatlined Charles Oliveira within about a minute of being on the feet with him, because there was a minute of grappling as well, you know. Thank you for the $50. I appreciate that as well. Thank you. Bristol edits. Are you an editor out of Bristol, or do you make edits on the topic of Bristol City? True, but don't you think Conor could overwhelm Ilia with his spinning back kicks and long left hands? I don't know. It's as close to a 50-50 as it gets for me. Thank you for the €6. You don't think Conor would overwhelm Ilia with his spinning back kicks and long left hands? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Thank you for the €6. Chat, yes or no? The spinning back kicks from McGregor and a lot of the spinning techniques were all just a distraction, in my opinion, for the left hand. The left hand of McGregor was his deadly tool. But a lot of the spinning techniques, it wasn't like he's just destroying guys with that technique. Most of the time Conor McGregor threw a spinning back kick, it was to establish like presence in the octagon immediately into the fight. A lot of times he threw a wheel kick, it was to stop someone from circling away from his left hand. A lot of times when he threw the lead right hook kick off of the lead leg, it would be to cause someone to circle the way that he wanted them to. A lot of those techniques that McGregor was throwing, other than when he fought Dennis Seaver, against Dennis Seaver, I swear to God, he really desperately wanted a jumping switch kick, KO. But most of the other times, it was just to coerce them the way that he wants them to go. And I think Ilia would have known that. He would have been aware of that with his footwork. And I reckon he would have caught McGregor. Close fight, though. But prime Conor, I think, would lose to Ilia. Impression of Mighty Mouse finding out you spent all the Ben Askren dono money on DoorDash. Thank you for the $8 I did not spend all of the fucking Ben Askren dono money on DoorDash. I did not at all. Thank you for the 24 months of gifted of membership there. And thank you, Aiden, as well, even though you insulted me. Do you think Ilia pulls a McGregor and tries to box Canelo? I hate it, but I honestly could see it. I could see it as well, but I think he'll cement his UFC career first and then wait to make the boxing move afterwards. In fact, I could see Ilia, chat, yes or no, fighting his next lightweight contender, looking for the Makhachev fight at 170 or not. If the Makhachev fight isn't at 170, he could look to 170 afterwards. Then I can see Ilia doing something where he completely retires from MMA and the UFC. Just focuses on boxing and makes like a massive boxing debut at like 32 years old. I could see Ilia doing something like that. Like seriously retiring from the sport if he does carry out his goals. And then taking a few years to just take a massive boxing match for 100 million or 50 million or one of those types of paydays, you know. I don't see Ilia getting a call up to fight some boxer on 8 weeks notice and starting his training camp like McGregor did, you know. I reckon Ilia's the type of guy to plot it out and wait for it on his terms. Again, what the fuck, man? The air is dead. There's no oxygen in this air right now.